It's those little victories that mean a whole lot. I could have woke up sick. Kids could have woke up sick and half my family would have been here. My whole family's here.
That's right.
And it's a blessing.
That's right.
I look out and Tammy's got her daughter here with her. Her son-in-law, it's those little victories. Got her husband with her. Sister Carol. Got her daughter, grandchildren.
Got a whole gang with it. That's right. Blessing.
It's this, there's a big difference in the flesh and the spirit, but there's a lot of similarities. One don't really necessarily feed the other, but spiritually, my family's here, and it's bigger than my physical family here this morning. Listen to the young lady back here talk, saying that she's noticed here recently, almost like he's just right there. Here I am. But I'll tell you, he's been there. The only difference here today is that she's noticing.
That's right.
And that's a victory here this morning. Any person in here that is a child of God, you should rejoice when someone says, he's right there. I can see him.
Absolutely.
He's been there.
Absolutely.
He's been there, but that lets me know that there's something changing.
That's right.
And I tell you, her situation's no different than mine. I was the same way when all that was going on with me in my heart. I tell you, I was like, well, here he is. A man that I never believed in, here he is now. But I tell you, if I look back at my life, he's always been there. And he spared me over many a times when I didn't deserve it. And he's gave me more than I deserve since I've called out and joined that army here this morning. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, my spirit here this morning, it needs some of those things that we think about in the flesh. I'm not talking about the same things, but they're very similar. I need to eat here this morning. She says the sister, she cooked us some breakfast, it looks like, here this morning. Everybody came in, and if you was hungry, you could have got fed. But more importantly, here this morning, there's something in the spirit that can feed you today. And that's what you're kind of here this morning. My Lord took just a little bit of food and fed many of people, over 5,000. Listen, and I read about, you can just open your Bible on the first page when God says, let there be light. We need that light here today. The physical world needs that light in order for us to live. There's so many things that people don't understand that sunlight does for your body and it does for your food. You need all those things. Well, here today, you're not going to eat here this morning if you're not looking to where that light is. And I'm not talking about the light that illuminates this outside world. I'm talking about the light that illuminates my heart here today. We need shelter from the storm. But I tell you, here today, the shelter that I found from the storm, it's that same light that I'm talking about here today. That man, Jesus Christ, here this morning.
That's right.
I need him here today.
That's right.
And the young lady back here has got my mind going all over because it's a joyous thing.
Yes, it is.
When I tell some people about how I became a child of God, it almost sounds like a horror story. The things that I went through, the physical anguish, I got sick.
That's right.
Because I didn't know what was wrong. But it's the most beautiful thing. My own testimony is a wonderful thing here today. It hasn't been a bed of roses since I've been a child of God. It really hasn't. But I've been able to find comfort in the storm when I couldn't before. We put names on a lot of things, but I'll tell you, God has always been there with me. I remember when I was in my own sin, living in it willfully, and every time I did something that I knew was wrong, immediately after I'd feel guilty. It would just eat me alive no matter how bad I was. And no matter how much fun I had being bad, something inside of me broke my heart that I wouldn't let this world see. I tell you, He's always been there. It's not the conscience here I'm talking about. That low, still voice that every time I done something I knew I shouldn't have been doing. My Lord's been there from day one, and He's going to be the one to close the book one day and send it all and melt it away. It reminds me of when after the Lord had just took that little bit of food, just a little bit of food there and fed 5,000. The disciples had went out and drifted away, and Jesus had stayed there on the shore. While they were out on the waters, they seen my Lord come walking toward them, and no doubt it terrified them there. Listen, they've been with this man and seen the many miraculous things He done. I've seen the miracles in my life. But just like the young lady said, doubt will begin to creep in, and it always does. But I'm telling you,
that's right.
The greatest miracles I've ever seen. It wasn't a man walking on water. Listen, but the way that man who walked on that water changed.
That's right.
Someone who couldn't change himself. And there comes Jesus walking on the water, terrified those disciples. And Peter had bid to him to come out there to where he was. And Jesus, no doubt, said, "Just come on, Peter." And he stepped off that boat onto that water. But that doubt that we're talking about here this morning, it started to creep in. He started to sink, and Jesus had to grab him there. If Peter would have just kept his eyes forward, looking for that light, he wouldn't have sank here today. The world is going to, the storms of this world is going to continue to rage on, whether you like it or not. And when the seas get too high, when the storm gets too violent, I'm telling you, there's a man who can speak peace to the winds and calm the storm. And there's nothing that you can personally do but lean on Him and hope and pray that my Lord delivers you. And I have no doubt in my mind, listen, that He'll deliver you here today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Quit worrying about the physical things of this world. Oh, it's wonderful. It really is wonderful. The work that you guys do on Tuesday nights, and sometimes I get to come and attend, and I get to see all these people that come by, and I wonder about their hearts every time I see them. Sometimes I see the same people come and grab the same things and then just go away. Some people come and we'll hold prayer for them. I've seen some come and just completely break down. But it doesn't matter how many coats they take. It doesn't matter how many little trays of food they take away. The most important thing, listen here this morning, is spiritual. And you can have all those physical things, but those physical things will only subdue for a moment of time. That sustainability doesn't last very long, because I'm telling you here today, you can eat that breakfast back there, and at lunchtime you're going to be hungry. But if you come seeking my Lord here this morning, and you eat just a few crumbs from His table, you're not going to hunger the same way that this physical world does. If you take a drink of my Lord here this morning, you want to talk about something that'll quench your thirst. My Lord will quench that thirst. When the fires start to rage, I'm telling you, I'm talking about a man that walked in on with 3 little Hebrew boys. Thought they had cast 3 into the fire and seen 4 walking around in there. Listen, they didn't throw my Lord in the fire with them. He was in the fire before they ever got there. You think you've got some new problem we've never heard of? Listen, my Lord is there before your problems creep up. And He was there before you realized He was there. Just reach out and grab a hold of Him here this morning.
That's right.
Because this may be the last time that we're ever assembled like this again. Next weekend, we may be a seat shorter than we was this week.
Never know.
It could grow. But the same faces, same hearts may not be here as they are today.
That's right.
I'm not a person who likes to dwell in the past. We hear a lot of people talking about if I could go back, I'd change this, I'd change that. And I'd have made this decision, or I would have went to school for this, or I'd have paid more attention here.
Right.
I wouldn't have made that mistake at this job. I'm almost content with where I'm at right now physically.
Yeah.
And I still got problems.
Yep.
But if I could go back and change anything in my life, I tell you, I would have found this man soon. I wouldn't have kept pushing him away, because all I did was make myself sick.
Yeah.
And there was at least 6 months to a year that I kept pushing him away, that I could have just gave my life to him right there, and I could have reached out and I could have touched somebody maybe. I could have had some opportunities slip away there. That's the opportunities I want here today. It wasn't just 2 weeks ago. One of my counterparts, when he comes in the morning at 8 o'clock, we have a little discussion before his day begins. But the last 2 weeks, every day when he comes in, he tells me about that little study Bible he just bought. It's those little victories that matter. And one day I'm going to go to work on a Monday, and he's going to come in that morning, and maybe he'll tell me I was baptized this weekend, or I got saved by my Lord. It's those little victories here that matter, and those little victories in my Lord is all you need here today.
That's right.
I do believe He'll provide.
That's right.
I'm going to get out of the way and let these other brothers come. I hope that here this morning you're not just here to play the part. Whether you're a child of God or whether you're not, you have a role to play here today. And you've got people in your life that I'll never be able to touch. But listen, you may be able to.
Right.
You don't have to be a preacher up here today to be able to touch somebody's life. It's your works here today that really matter. I can preach a sermon all day long and it may not touch a single soul in here, but one act of kindness that you do, and when my Lord shines through you, may make somebody on these streets come in here and see what we're talking about. Listen, Sister Tiffany could sing a song at the end of this service that somebody has sat here and they listen to the preaching the whole time, and they're right there on that edge, and she could just sing a song and push them completely over. It's all about living for my Lord here today. There's many ways to do it, and I'm telling you, brother, my Lord has plenty in store. If you're hungry, He's not going to run out of His food. If you're thirsty, that water's there. And I'll tell you, when you need shelter, He's going to give you comfort beyond this life. I'm talking about a shelter unimaginable. Just like Sister Carol says, she can't wait for the time. No more pain, no more sorrow. It's on the horizon, I'm telling you here today. That boat's about to hit there. It's about to take sail. And your ticket's there. Your ticket was punched on the cross. But if you don't take your ticket, that's your own fault. And don't be looking for signs of the end times and worrying about this and that, the cataclysmic events that may happen, all these crazy things that get people caught up, wanting to see the glory of God when time comes. Your time may come here in the next 10 minutes. Your time may come on your way home. When you close your eyes to this world, your time is up. Listen, in the dead, sin no more. When the dead are gone, they're gone. Listen, and you need to die here today. Die to sin and not sin again. You need your God. You need my God, my Lord, to cover those sins. Listen, so you can help the rest of this world. Let's not be selfish here this morning. This is a place I want to take everybody. And I don't need to keep it to myself here today, because there's plenty. That seems to be the case with a lot of people. When you've got something, you don't want to share it because you've only got so much. I'm talking about an abundance I can't even describe. I can give you all that I got. That salvation's already paid for, and it's the most precious thing I've ever owned. You brothers come on with your arrangement.
Well done. Let's come speak a few words for us.